Yeah, I'm going to stop share, and there's a few questions in the chat which I'm going to send the
Yes.
follow-up to. But yeah, let's go to the live demo. They say never do a live demo on a call, but you're going to take your chances here, Gleb.
Well, let's take the chances.
Okay. That's very founder of you.
So guys, as I said, there is multiple scenarios, probably 100 of different scenarios of how to use WhatsApp and HubSpot. Hints is doing basically the following. Our vision is to shorten the distance between any place where business is originating and HubSpot. And for that sake, we built an AI assistant. Sometimes we call it an app, but it's actually a phone number, a contact in your phone, which is doing things for you. You see my WhatsApp on the screen and my HubSpot. I actually forgot to say that we use HubSpot from almost day one in our company, and we use it for tracking our sales, and we are using that also for fundraising. This is a separate, very important part, very important for the founders. I can elaborate on that. Long story short, all the relationship with investors, it's a very time-consuming task, and God forbid if you start losing some details there. So we use HubSpot for both our business and for investors relationship. So this is how I demo Hints to all my clients. I'm having WhatsApp here, and let's try to do something interesting, create a deal and add a few things there. Create a deal. The name of the deal will be HubSpot Webinar, and add a task to the deal. Follow up on the webinar next week. So what I'm doing is that I'm sending a voice message. Of course, I could type that. And the cool thing is that it's not a secret in the industry. Salespeople, anyone who is using HubSpot, sometimes lack time and sometimes lack persistence to type data in. And we thought, why don't we just send short messages for people who are on the go, who are doing some sales, having face-to-face meetings? We thought it would be so cool in short message to send all the data they would like to send to HubSpot. And then the magic is happening. There are two layers of AI. The first layer of AI is actually making the transcript of what I say. This is super accurate, and it works with different languages. So it's good news for anyone all over the world. And then the second layer of AI is matching what I've just said to particular fields in HubSpot. And see, I click refresh, and this is the deal created here. So I call it HubSpot Webinar, and follow-up task is added. In general, everything which is in HubSpot, you could do by those voice messages, literally everything, with a little bit of a disclaimer. Sometimes your HubSpot configuration could be so robust and so complex that we would like to know beforehand, for example, what are custom properties that you're using. But apart from that, anything could be done through hints. For example, let's try to move the deal HubSpot webinar to the stage presentation schedule. We got enormously positive feedback from sales who are using HubSpot and who are constantly on the go. They're saying, wow, this is so cool. I'm coming from a meeting, taking hints, and I'm saying, okay, this is what we discussed, meeting note, and then just dictate a big meeting note, and then they dictate a follow-up task, and that's it. In 20 seconds, everything that was on top of their mind right after the meeting is in their CRM, and they go further. You can't imagine how business owners love that functionality, because business owners are very much struggling with lack of pipeline accuracy, which means that there is so much info in sales representatives' minds, which should rather be in a HubSpot, and Hints helping to kind of throw all that very valuable data in. Actually, let's refresh and see. You see, the deal is moved to the next stage. And like whatever, guys, you can imagine, updating the budget, adding a contact, linking that contact with this deal. You can ask Hints back. You can say, okay, Hints, what are my tasks for HubSpot webinar? We made Hints being able to coming back to you. So we thought if it's like an assistant, it should not only be one way sending things to HubSpot. So Hints is actually coming back to you. And a very cool thing for many businesses. If you are creating a deal and the name of that deal is similar to some deal that you already have, Hints actually will come back to you and say like, hey, you know what? There is a few deals sold similarly. Which of them do you mean? Do you mean this or that? And you can continue with like, I mean that actually. So update that deal rather than this and so on. So this is a very short demo of what Hints doing. It can do a lot of things. So for example, right now Hints came back to me saying like, you have one task for the deal HubSpot webinar. This is the task. The task is called follow up in the webinar, and this is the link. I forgot to say that Hints is every time coming back with a link that you can just click and see what's going on. So kind of what
George has said, whoa, this is a great product. Is this your co-founder or is this net new person complimenting you?
Let's see.
And we have a question in from Travel for Purpose. Is this the only?
That's another George. Thank you,
Okay,
George.
okay. This is co-founder
Oh,
George.
yeah, my co-founder, my brother, George.
You have two questions there, Glebe. Do you want me to ask?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so the first one is Travel for Purpose. Thanks for the question. Is this only compatible with HubSpot? What about Notion?
Great question. When we started, there was a variety of tools we were offering. And yes, Notion is one of them.
Nice.
What happened after? It's a very typical story for startups. You have a great idea, but then you have to keep focus on and keep laser focus. So our laser focus now is on CRMs. It's no secret why. It's just because in sales, in businesses, this is the biggest problem of not being able to update something quickly enough.
Fantastic. So we've got a lot of words in here. Remarkable, great, monumental, says Javier.
Monumental. I will quote you on that. Thank you. I like monumental.
Okay, so you've captivated the audience here now, Glebe. So we have a few more questions for you. So GMN has come in. So Werner says this is amazing. Sorry, let's go right back. Liz Evans. So Liz is running a serviced accommodation company, and she's trying to generate more direct bookings. Not sure if this will work for my business. Any comments on that one?
We have a company in Malaysia. They are doing the hotel management, and most of their conversation is through WhatsApp. And the way they use hints probably will fit you. So customers are writing to them, like, can I book a room? And they forwarding those messages to hints,
Nice.
adding their own instructions. For example, create the deal in this pipeline, name this and that. It seems that there is a big success. But once again, all over our discussion, guys, there is one very important thing. The amount of scenarios that we see from WhatsApp to HubSpot are enormous, and this is so fascinating. And we are very happy to see that it seems that we offered a tool which is flexible enough to cover most of the scenarios. So I hope that it will work for you as well, but please elaborate on if you think that it doesn't.
So regardless, like if you go to a meeting with me, Glebe, you don't have my number, but you can, update my contact information and stage in the pipeline via WhatsApp, and it'll implement in HubSpot. But if you do have my number, you can forward my details and messaging into HubSpot CRM. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. For example, if I'm coming from meeting with you and we discuss something very important, this is probably what I will do.
Nice.
Okay, create a deal, call it Kara, and add meeting notes. We've just discussed with Kara all the interesting things about hints and the different scenarios. So in general, Kara is very happy, curious to know more. So this is what I actually do coming after the meetings. Usually, of course, the deal is already there and I'm just adding a meeting note. And for that, of course, I don't need to know your contact number, but if I have it in my mind, I can in the same way say that and actually add Kara as a contact. And that will be Kara@HubSpot.com. And then a contact will be created in HubSpot and everything will work. And actually, if there is already a contact like that, it will come back to me saying like, Gleb, there is a contact already there. Do you want to link that contact with this deal? I will say yes. So this is how actually we do that. And this is how actually coming back to our founder's role, this is how we do that for fundraising. You cannot imagine how happy the investors are when you keep track of all the conversations with them. And those conversations are very often happening at a conference. You just talk face to face and then immediately doing like this. Okay, this venture fund, they are curious about this, need to follow up. Boom. Nice. So yeah, and you see, I didn't even click the refresh. Kara, sorry, that's how the spelling of your name pronounced by me looked.
I mean, that happens regardless of people or, products or software. So no sweat. So yeah.
So this is log the meeting. So we have just discussed with Gary. So everything is there. It's super accurate. And I can actually go deeper into saying that, okay, and the meeting type is actually demo and the meeting outcome was this and that. So everything that you see in HubSpot, guys, you can update in the same way. Yeah, sorry for interrupting you, Karen.
No, you're fine. No sweat. Okay, so we're everybody's kind of putting a lot of questions in here. Does Hints work for other CRMs outside HubSpot and Salesforce? What other CRMs does it work for?
Pipedrive, HubSpot, Salesforce, and Notion. Sometimes people use that as a simple CRM.
So George is back again. Can it suggest the next best steps for your contract and be proactive and push sales reps to do more? So like, can you go, Cara, we need more forecast on your deals pipeline, please?
Amazing question. Actually, we all think about sales as this like talkative people who are full of charisma and want to buy you something. Actual sales are enormously structured process, and there are playbooks. And what we're doing right now at Hints is making Hints execute on playbooks, which basically means that, Gleb, well done with the first meeting. The next step is this. You need to send an update. And Hints will be proactively coming to the sales representative with what the next step in that playbook is. By that, we will not left salespeople kind of in the air thinking like, okay, I kind of need to follow up, right? Or what do I need to do next? So Hints will be saying like, hey, on that deal, you need to call and here you need to follow up. On this deal, time to send the contract. On this deal, time to review the contract. And so the Hints will be like a little bit more proactive, like an assistant who is not like sitting there idly waiting, but an assistant who is proactively saying like, okay, now this, go do that. Salespeople need to do a lot of things, and there's always thousands of them, and we sometimes forget what's the next step. So now Hints will be saying, this is the next step, do that.
Nice. Okay, I like that. Okay, this usually is a French question, but it's coming from Italy. Has voice to text been tested for Italian as well?
Yes. I was just stopping myself from trying to say that. Let me try to say something in Italian. Yes, absolutely. I tested this with Norwegian. We deliberately tried to test it with different heavy accents. We turned some noise in the background. It still works. You would be surprised how accurate it is. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. It works with all major languages. Don't worry.
Especially with Italian. Okay, impressive again. Okay, so a lot of good keywords for you today, Gleb. So yeah, we've about 6 minutes left. Everybody, now is the time to get your questions in. Essentially, we said at the start, this is not a one and done conversation. We're going to follow up and keep the conversation open. But we have another question here. Do you have videos showcasing screencasting best practices, cases with using Hints?
Yes, we do. At YouTube, Hints AI, that we have a channel, and it's my hobby to record different screencasts. So if you would like me to show you a particular scenario, I'm doing that like in a couple of minutes. So just write me and I will be happy to send you any particular workflow screencast.
And that is at gleb@hints.com, is that correct?
.so, gleb@hints.so.
Okay, Katie's actually helped you out there now.
No, thank you, Katie.
Hopefully the 100 people on the call will get in touch. Okay, and yeah, we're just going to do one more question before we do a final thought. Do you have a white label version and what does it cost? Okay, getting straight to the money there, Harjit.
We started our first white label project. We would like to know more details before saying how much it costs. There is a few initiatives, a few companies that would like to use Hints as a white label in their workflows, and we're very open to that. Write me an email, we can talk. Guys, something that I would like to add, I just want to emphasize, I covered all the relationship with the sales and the clients. We use Hints a lot at fundraising when we talk at conferences, and we have a few clients that use Hints at conferences just when you talk face to face. And when you write after the meeting, you need to make some notes, and we are kind of doing what I've showed you with Hints. And in the long run, you have a venture fund and you can see all the communications and all the meeting notes that you were having for the last few months. It's fascinating. It's very much builds trust with investors. So please do that. Okay,
Gleb, you've promised me now you'll keep the time on this. So you're using HubSpot to update your pipeline on fundraising, is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. So yeah, again, a brilliant resource for founders on the call, building your fundraising pipeline on a CRM, e.g. HubSpot, or whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, so we're going to wrap up here. Listen, an excellent conversation, I would say, judging by the interaction of everybody on the call. We've had a lot of smart questions, and I suppose a lot of different businesses and different people in different locations, which has added a lot of value to the call. Thank you, Gleb, for the demo. And yeah, thank you to everybody on the call today for kind of giving your insight and support in terms of questions and interactions. And yeah, the final thought for today: success is not final, failure is not fatal, and it is the courage to continue that counts. And hopefully that will give you a pep on your step today as founders, and have a good rest of the day wherever you are in the world. And thanks again for everything on today's.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Fantastic.
Ciao, ciao.
See you. Bye-bye. Thank you.